New segment.
New seg.
What are the chances?
What are the chances? I read the rundown.
None, slim,
None.
half, big chance, or lock it in?
Yep.
What are the chances Pendles gets 3? It's a very fresh Scott Pendlebury, by the way. Gets 3 Brownlow votes on Saturday in his record-breaking game.
Big chance. Big chance. They'll give the ball to him. He can get it himself.
Yeah.
He does like an occasion.
Mm-hmm.
He's big on an occasion. He's fresh. He's well rested. There's been some chat about him. I think he'll be pretty good to go.
I'll give you a relative scale here. Boomer Harvey broke the record in front of 44,000 fans. Michael Tuck broke it in front of 57,000. And Kevin Bartlett broke it in front of 59,000. What are the chances there are 90,000 people to see Pendles do it on Saturday?
Now, I should already know this. Who are they playing?
They're playing the West Coast Eagles.
Oh, really?
Yes, they are.
Shit. I was going to lock that in, but big chance. I think every Collingwood supporter that loves their footy will be desperate to get in and see this game. So maybe not 90. They'll be high 80s. And I think they'd be pretty happy with that. West Coast supporters, if you can, get there. Try and cause an upset and ruin his day.
Jeez, I tell you what, imagine someone kicks a goal from the pocket in the last couple of minutes.
Imagine Harley comes off the line at half forward, first
no.
bounce, Brody Holland, Brett Montgomery style, and just snaps the neck off of Scott Pendlebury.
Where were you at that point? Were you on the bench?
I was on the wing.
Yeah. Did you run in and help anyone, or you just stand there and watch as the fight ensued?
I was in shock.
Yeah.
I just actually thought that...
So were 90,000 others.
I actually thought Monty was dead.
Yeah.
I was like, well, we're going to have to postpone the game because he's dead, and they're going to have to call it. We're going to have to get the chopper in and fly him
Tell
out.
you what, concussions changed a bit. He went forward and kicked 4 that day, didn't he?
4, and can't remember any one of his goals, which we shouldn't laugh about.
No,
but
we
he
shouldn't.
played a good role that day. I think I kicked 3 as well.
What are the chances Luke Beveridge coaches the Bulldogs in 2028? He is out of contract next year.
Can you give me a scenario and a rough estimate of where they finish next year?
So this Bulldog situation is such a complex look at it, right? So if you're Zach Butters, okay, and he sits down with the club and he's meeting clubs and he sits down with the Bulldogs and he says, Luke Beveridge is out of contract next year. What's the conversation around that? Or he might even ask Luke Beveridge himself, right? And then there's like, we're just trying to work through that, okay? So that may hurt Zach Butters' mindset a little bit. I don't know. Then the Western Bulldogs go into next year not wanting to have their coach be out of contract because it's been a 2-year conversation for the Dogs. And then there's the extra complexity of making sure that if he was to leave, that it's done in the right way. They don't want a Kevin Bartlett situation where the only living coach of their club who's won a flag doesn't talk to the joint for 30-odd years. You know, it's a complex situation.
Get to that situation. Surely Luke Beveridge would understand if they don't perform at the end of next year, regardless if Zach's there or not. Then it's probably time for a fresh voice. Isn't it?
But if Zach's
That's
not
12 years since a flag.
If they don't get Zach Butters, if they don't get him, can you see them being good next year? Like premiership good?
The only reason they're not good at the moment is because the players are on one leg or not out there. Like the key players.
Okay, so English not being there is a huge out.
Sam
Darcy, clearly.
Bont's on one leg.
Yep.
Still playing some pretty good footy. But Richards isn't the player that he has because he's got 2 separate injuries that he's trying to deal with. Like one on each side of his body. The key defenders have been injured.
So who are when you say key defenders?
Well, the defenders that are
dudes,
tall.
Right? Okay. So I agree. It's a complex situation because you are right. They started really well. We'll get to the end of the year. It'll be a conversation around Luke Beveridge.
But they have been average in the last 6 weeks.
They've been really bad.
Yeah.
Now, they beat Port, and that's because of Bont.
Yep.
Last week, they were belted. Anyway, what are the chances that he coaches in 2028? None, slim, half, big chance, lock it in.
I'm going to go half.
Okay.
Yeah, there are no guarantees there. I think they have to, they've got to at least play deep into finals because then it is probably time for a fresh voice. But for all the good that he has done.
But they'll need a decision before that, Adam. They can't wait until September 2027 to decide if they're going to keep the coach.
Why?
Okay.
Why not?
You don't see it very often. You think they can get deep, like right into September?
Remember the last time that he was out of contract? He wasn't stressed worried about it at all.
No,
he said, let's just see this thing play out.
Yeah.
And I think he'll be even more comfortable with the situation that he's in 2 years' time,
Okay.
knowing that he's the greatest Bulldogs coach of all time. Like, if you've been there for, what's that? What will that be, 16 years?
How long ago did you get sacked? I mean, walk out.
16 years.
Yeah, he's
14, yeah.
I'm not suggesting that he's not going to sleep at night. I'm just thinking it's a complex situation.
So everything's complex these days.
It is.
Nothing's simple.
All Australians complex. Here, I'm going to give you some names here before I ask you the question. Blakey, tick. Millerer, Ash, Sinclair, Clark, Zorko.
Yep.
What are the chances John Noble is all Australian?
Slim.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Slim.
So who's in? Now you might have a different name, but so Blakey's a lock.
Well, I think Blakey's a lock.
Yep.
I think Miller is a lock.
Okay.
I think Ash is, and those other guys are the 50-50 chances off there. I think Jordan Clark is probably more of a chance than Johnny Noble as well at this stage.
What are the chances in his career Zach Merrett plays in a winning final?
Slim. Unless they release him this year.
Well, that's the conversation, right?
Surely they let him go this year if he wants to. If he wants to go, they've held him long enough. They've held him captive. The Dale goes to Gimlet at halftime now during games.
Good spot, by the way.
I've never been there. Too fancy for me. Bit too expensive.
Legitimately, if Adelaide, who's better for Adelaide, Lachie Neale or Zach Merrett?
Patrick Cripps.
Okay. What are the chances the Saints make a prelim?
None.
Okay.
This year, they beat the Tigers yesterday by, what was it, 36?
Yes.
I reckon it was in the end.
Yep.
Richmond got to within 14 at one stage, halfway through the third.
Had half a little crack.
Halfway through the third quarter. Richmond have got 19 players on their injury list.
Yeah.
I spent half the game yesterday looking down at the team sheet to work out which player it was for the Tigers.
And by the way, when you say that, you were working on radio. So I don't want people listening or watching going, oh, geez, that's good. By Adam sitting on the couch. You were working.
I was working. I was working for the Sports and Entertainment Network, and I didn't recognise a lot of the players. But, I mean, the Saints, they should have won that by 80 plus.
What are the chances Friday night, Dreamtime, is a draw?
0-0 draw. I'll say slim.
Okay.
I can't say none
No, you
because
can't.
there's always a chance. What are the chances are that Richmond go in pretty confident to this game? That's what I reckon.
Yeah, I mean,
you've just got to get over the top of Peter, and you're halfway there.
So just firstly, they won't go in confident because they're not even confident they've got enough players to pick. Okay, so you got to walk before you can run, before you can kick, right? Once they get to the ground and they know who they're actually playing, they should have some confidence.
There's a couple coming back.
But this is now. I threw this theory in a couple of weeks ago, Adam, as a joke. But whoever loses this will have the number one pick in the mid-season draft. Okay. Imagine we went to the G on Friday night for Dreamtime, and the winner, not the loser, the winner got the number one pick.
Are you playing for draft picks
No,
mid-season?
the mid-season draft pick.
Reward.
I think
there's
a kid down in Tassie in the VFL that a lot of teams are fairly keen on. In fact, he rested on the weekend.
Is that right?
A little managed situation in the VFL.
Well, why don't they say he can sit on the bench during the game?
Let him play.
Whoever's winning at halftime, he can play.
So let's just go up and down. Hey, what are the chances that we see an individual 100-goal season before 2030?
I'm just going to say none.
Okay.
I'm going to say none.
Would it be good for the game?
It's just not.
Would it be good for the game
viable
if somebody kicked 100 goals?
Yeah.
It would be good, right?
Be great.
The AFL would love it.
The AFL would love it. Fans would love it.
The AFL should introduce a $500,000 bonus to the team. Make it $1 million if you want.
Yeah.
That a player kicks 100 goals for.
$1 million. How much goes to the individual player?
It's up to the club.
10%?
Give him 100K.
$1,000 a goal.
There you go. Imagine that. That the AFL introduced $1 million bonus outside of the soft cap.
Who's most likely going to be the guy? So the guy that plays the role that's most likely going to get there is Jack Gunston. right? Because
That's this year.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, he is a genuine old school inside 50 forward, but he's not going to get to 100. So the next generation.
Ben King.
So if it's a King,
Has to be King.
or like a Cadman,
Has to be Ben King. Well,
Ben King's the only one I think that plays the deepest and at home to be able to get there, but he's not a great contested mark.
I just think the AFL should introduce $1 million bonus for the team whose individual kicks 100.
I just think that the AFL should introduce that one key forward has to stay inside 50 for the whole game, and they're not allowed to leave.
Oh.
It's like a force field. One key forward has to stay inside 50.
Is it the same player the entire time? But if the player was to leave, he needs to be replaced. Like, if he's to run up the wing, the team has to be aware of it and push someone back.
Yeah, there's like the density rule that they have in the coach league. Let's just introduce it to the AFL. But or else we're not going to see it.
Yeah. We're getting closer, though. The game has opened up.
Yeah, the game's opened up, but the
scoring's higher.
Coaches still like their forwards to get up the ground and defend corridor on turnover, and then they've got to sprint. Like, how many times do we see now? You check the Telstra tracker at the end of a game. No, I'm serious.
How many times have you looked at the Telstra tracker?
When I'm working and I've got it. It's part of one of the credits that we've got to do. I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, it's a forward that's run the most.
I don't disagree.
Forwards run more than mids.
I don't disagree when you tell me that stuff, because you're an incredible high IQ commentator.
Yes, you're spot on.
But don't give me Telstra tracker bullshit.
Tracker, I'm telling you. You watch.
Hey, what are the chances that the AFL admits that the umpiring, at a minimum...
I'm just going to pick a random game from the weekend and I'm going to go Telstra tracker, right?
What are the chances that the AFL admits the umpiring lacks, at a minimum, consistency? I don't even want the... What do you got?
Collingwood, Sydney.
Okay.
17.5 kilometres.
Who?
Rowan Steele. Where does he play?
He ran 17.5 Ks.
17.5 kilometres.
Who else is in the leaderboard there?
Tom McCartan, 15.3. Lewis Melican, 15 Ks. Still side bottoms in there. And Jai Sarong.
No, are you sure that's actual distance or speed, average speed?
Total distance covered. McCartan and Melican are in the top 5. That's just a random game. I'll pick another one.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm surprised that that's a lot of kilometres they're covering. It was a good game, by the way, Friday night. I know you didn't watch it.
Johnny Noble up there.
Because you hate Sydney. Yeah, well.
Took Miller ran the most.
There you go. How many did he run?
He ran 15.
Mate.
So he ran the same as... He ran less than Tom McCartan.
How much do you think...
That's Darwin. That doesn't count.
Imagine how much weight they would have lost in sweat running, Took Miller running 15 Ks in Darwin. It was 27 degrees when the game finished.
I should get up there and do a couple of Ks because I'm fat right now.
What are the chances that the AFL admits that the umpiring lacks consistency? I don't want them to admit that the umpires are struggling. Just simply say, from game to game, they lack consistency.
What's the point in saying that when we all know it anyway?
Yeah, well...
None. They're not, because they can't throw their umpires under the bus because they want participation and they want umpires coming through the junior ranks. So they're never going to criticise the umpires, even though every single person knows that they are inconsistent. They don't even know how far 15 metres is.